While I was attending the Global Gaming Expo a few weeks ago, the American Gaming Association had been very vocal about trying to get some sort of federal online gambling legislation passed in the United States. Fortunately for you guys, I was able to catch up with a representative of theirs at the event and talk to them about this very topic.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Judy Patterson, the Senior Vice President and Executive Director of the American Gaming Association. Ms. Patterson, thank you so much for coming on the program. I've been going out and saying that I'm not very enthusiastic watching politics for the past several years in relation to gaming, that anything is going to get done positive in this upcoming lame duck session. There's some talk about Harry Reid and John Kyle pushing together some kind of online poker legislation. And Mr. Fahrenkopf made a statement about that the other day, saying the AGA was still optimistic it could get done. Do you guys believe that anything could possibly happen before the close of 2012 for online poker?
Well, let's just step back for a minute and talk about why we need to get something done. And we've just spent the last 3 days at Global Gaming Expo, which is the industry's largest international trade show. And one thing we've learned from all of the experts who have been here is that the United States right now is, in spite of the federal laws that are currently in place, in spite of the Justice Department crackdowns that your listeners are all familiar with, we are still the second largest online gaming market in the world. And the estimates this year that that the revenues will be over 400 million. So that clearly says to our AGA members that something needs to get done. And as you probably know, we are very much in favor of a federal regime. Now, we don't mean federal regulation, but we do mean minimum standards that will eliminate the kind of patchwork quilt effect that would happen if you have a state-by-state regulatory structure. So we are very optimistic. We are going to continue to work very hard to see that something gets done, but Congress is Congress.
That's true, and that actually reminded me of my follow-up question, which was dealing with the intrastate versus interstate. Of course, there is intrastate poker already being permitted. It's just about to start this month, I think, over at South Point Casino. That is being allowed intrastate within Nevada, but the federal is what I believe the Las Vegas large casino corporations would be more in favor of. It certainly would eliminate a lot of bureaucratic headache. Could you expand a little bit upon what you were talking about for the federal regime?
Well, why we believe a federal structure is important is that, yes, you can get the job done state by state by state. But what you may be lacking and what our members are concerned about is, are you going to have consistent consumer protections in place? What's going to happen with the underage gambler? What's going to happen with controls and assistance for problem gamblers? How are you going to deal with money laundering? And all of those issues. And that's why we think you need that federal structure, which will provide those minimum standards and protect your listeners as well as all the other consumers who are out there.
All right, Ms. Patterson, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it.